Welcome to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raff.
We did it. We made it.
Because when a band's name starts being everywhere, it can be very easy to go like, okay, like.
Just because I know what it's like to feel left out and to feel like people are weird or mean to you, and so I never want to be that person, and I want.
This here is my good friend Kyle, aka the BeerBuddy.
Big opportunity. You guys must be stoked you're on the first day too, because you can just sort of shoot. Yeah, you can just relax.
Brian was sitting down with his longtime friend and his former bandmate Meegs from Cold Chamber, and they were having coffee, and Brian was.
When those questions go, those hearty chuckles.
You know what that laughter says to me is like, people y'all don't even know what's coming. People just are gonna be minds are gonna be blown by that.
No, it will be a fucking banger.
What is going on, everybody? I am the Reverend Raff, joined once again by my good friend Kyle, aka the BeerBuddy.
What's going on, everybody?
We are the two dudes who talk music, and we are back on your screens and in your ears today with another podcast episode. But before we get into that, we drop a new podcast episode each and every week, along with multiple reaction videos and a very special series, Rockin' Around the World. We also sometimes have extra interviews, gig reviews, album reviews, that kind of cool stuff. We're pretty casual about it, pretty chill about it. But we do just love sharing our love of music with each other and the world. If that sounds like the kind of thing that you want to get in on, we'd love to have you on board. If you have fun with us today, please appreciate you clicking that subscribe button, that like button, sharing this out with your friends. We are on a journey to try and get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. We would love to have you be a part of that. But yeah, mate. We also, what are you doing? How's things? What's
Dude,
happening? What's been
you
happening?
saw that video I dropped on, when was it, last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday, as of now, a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
the
sorry,
final release,
yeah. But the last, the wrestling show.
Right, that looked like a really good time.
Dude, you would have had an absolute blast. Once again, I went to a show and all I did was miss you the whole time. Because I know how much fun you would have had during that. But yeah, hopefully there'll be a lot more of them. It went really well. 111 or 112 people or something like that walk through the door.
That's pretty good.
It was for a first night.
Especially when you consider this, that it's at the Crowbar and the size of that room, once you get a wrestling ring in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty tightly packed.
It was, but it was good. It was really well thought out. But yeah, I mean, other than that, just been chilling out, listening to a lot of music. I'm back at work officially by the time this comes out. So yeah. But how about you, my friend? Because I know you've had a lot of planning and stuff going on in the background with what you're doing. And
yeah. So I mean, by the time this comes out, it will have been and gone. But yeah, I've been planning for the Sydney trip. You know, got most things squared away for that. I think I've started packing. I've got the cat hotel all booked for Turbo.
Oh, nice.
I've got, managed to find the key that locks all the windows, which is good. So
thank goodness.
I can go around and make sure the house is locked up before I go, which is handy because I'm paranoid like that. But
as everyone should be.
Yeah. But man, no, it's been good. I went and went to the movies the other night and saw Together.
Okay.
It's a horror movie about this couple who kind of, it's hard to talk about without getting too into spoiler territory, but basically some stuff happens and they find themselves like
in the
literally sticking together.
Oh wow! This isn't like the Human Centipede, is it?
Well, I don't know. It is a body horror. It is a body horror. Cool. And it's. I'll be honest. It was a bit of a slow burn through some of it. It took a little longer to get to the really gnarly stuff than I thought it would. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I felt, I was going to say, I felt like I really connected with the male lead because he was a white musician in his 30s who was like trying to hang on to the failing dream of being a famous musician. Oh. I wonder why I connected with that so much.
Don't do that.
A mystery. It's a mystery to me. I have no idea why I connected with that so much. No, but really, like, the male and female leads were really good. I think they're actually married in real life.
Oh, so there was that chemistry
so
there
they've
straight
got a natural
away.
chemistry there,
Yeah,
which was really
good.
good. But and I will say, I kind of I figured out one of the things that happens in the movie fairly early on, but I don't know if that's because it was just put out there very obviously, or if I'm just getting better
Okay.
at picking these things up.
Yeah.
I don't want to claim like I'm super smart for figuring it out when I did, but because I just don't know if they were just particularly obvious with it, because I know I am not a smart man. But no, look, I quite enjoyed the film. Some really like some of the worst, when I say the worst, I mean the best.
Yeah, I know exactly what
Goriest,
you mean.
some of
I
the
know exactly
grossest
what you
shots
mean.
were like really cringe-inducing in the best way.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, if you're looking for a recommendation, if you like a good body horror, I would suggest checking that out. It was between that and the new Jurassic World movie, and this one I was like, you know what? I feel like Jurassic World would be meh, and if
Yeah.
it's bad, it'll be the kind of bad that I wouldn't really think about. But this was either going to be really good or so bad it was good.
Yeah.
That was my thinking. So.
Either way, people were going to get ripped apart in either movie.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, no, it was pretty enjoyable. So I
Yeah,
recommend.
Matt, I'm going to have to go check it out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, even if you don't catch it, I don't think it needs to be on the big screen.
Okay, cool.
But when it comes, if you don't catch it at the movies, when it comes to streaming, definitely check it out because it's a good one.
All right.
But yeah, let's get to our guests today. So you mentioned that show you were at, where it was like wrestling and heavy metal, and this is where you saw these guys. So give us a bit of the old.
Well, I mean, if you saw the video, go back and watch that just to go give the video a hit. But yeah, these pack of dads who are absolute weapons of the heavy metal mastery. It's like I said in the video, it's proggy, it's heavy, it's a bit genty. The time signatures are crazy. It's just genuinely well thought out music and well put together music.
Yeah, I was having a bit of a listen when you told me we were going to interview these guys, so I went and checked them out, and yeah, I had a good time with it. So
yeah,
we're going to get into this one now. We are interviewing the band by the name of Hence Confetti. The amount of times I had to struggle not to say "hence the test bed" while I was talking to him, but no, Hence Confetti is the name of the band. We are going to be diving in with Adam and Rolls and chatting all about what they've been working on, how they got to where they are, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Yeah. So we're going to get stuck into that one right now. Here we go. Big welcome to Adam and Rolls from Hence Confetti. How are we doing today, boys?
I'm good. Awesome, man. Good. Thanks for having us.
That's good, and thank you very much for joining us. Kyle, I understand Kyle was very, very impressed when he caught you guys at the show the other night.
Yeah, man.
I've been having a bit of a listen to the stuff you guys have got out there. I must say, I'm really digging it. I like the kind of little bit of progginess in there, a little bit of it's almost it's very reminiscent of. I'm getting sort of a little bit of Gojira, a little bit of Mastodon kind of elements in there, but it's really nice. I'm digging the sound that you guys have got, and I am hoping that maybe there might be some shows up in Brisbane at some point, soon maybe, where I can maybe come out and catch you guys live. But I guess for the elevator pitch, maybe for those who aren't really super, familiar with what you guys do, how do you guys describe to people the kind of stuff that you guys release?
I'll hand this one over to Rollsy.
It's like sort of progressive metal, noise rock like genre. It's a bit mathy, but not completely.
You could hear it.
Yeah, there's definitely some prog elements to it, that's for sure.
I mean, I can hear a little bit of almost like hints of stoner in there a little bit as well. Not huge, but there's definitely like whiffs of it in there. It's a nice kind of well-rounded sound. There's little influences from a few different places, which is really, really enjoyable. Like I love that stuff because you'll be listening to some songs and you'll be leaning more one way, and you get some other songs you're leaning a bit more another way, and it keeps it interesting. It keeps it interesting for the listener. So, and it's probably got to be more entertaining for you guys to play as well.
I think once we start getting too influenced or start sounding like something specific, we'll always run for the hills. We'll run away from it.
Yeah,
That's
it.
good philosophy to have.
Having trying to you want to have sound like everything and nothing. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. So if you can sound familiar enough, but also still not sound like anything they've heard before, that's a nice sweet spot to sit in. So I am curious. How long has Hence Confetti been like a project?
What do you reckon, girls? Be about
About
3.5, 4 years, maybe.
about 21, I think. It was right
Wow.
it was right in COVID. Pretty well right at the start of COVID. You were still living, Rolls was still living in Bathurst. And we got together. We were in another project before, Rolls and myself, and it wasn't really working out as well. So Rolls and myself just sat around in my shed, which is where we do all of our recording, and just started twiddling around with some different stuff, things that we were sort of thinking of. And yeah, the rest sort of just came rolling along as the guitarist moved back from England, and
Nice.
the first EP out. And
Because I mean, y'all ain't slouching on your releases. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles, 2 EPs, and you done that in 3 years. You're the biz, eh?
that's the beauty of self-production there.
Yeah, well, I mean, and self-produced too. I mean, it's a crazy sound for self-production.
Oh, thank you. It's I know Gaz puts a hell of a lot of time into it. He's the
Gaz does he's the other guitarist. He does all of our mixing and our mastering, and at the moment, so it's a really DIY feature. We do everything.
It's the way of the world now, isn't it?
absolutely. It's so much more efficient. That's why you can pump the releases out that way. You can spend 6 months recording a song because you don't have to have the drums down for 8 songs in 2 days. It's so much.
It's actually funny you say that because, when you have a look at a lot of rappers and stuff like that, it's just like a rapper and a producer. So there's essentially 2 people sort of running the whole thing. And
yeah,
even if you look at like Drake or Lil Wayne, for as an example, they got squillions of songs just all banked up there. You probably never get to hear half of them.
yeah. No, they've got all those B-sides. We still don't have the luxury of B-sides, but everything we write goes out.
That's good. That's good. I mean, at the end of the day, why not?
I think in the modern era of where streaming is king, it's you can't really afford to have B-sides anymore.
No.
You kind of have to have everything you're releasing has to be, you all killer.
Yeah.
Or it's a marketing tactic. Sorry about that, Matt.
Oh, no, you're right. No, it's so easy for people to lose interest. We're such a fast society now that if you see something that you're not sure of anymore, you just throw it away, and then you're on to the next thing. So if you're not on your game all the time, even though it's cheaper, it's easier to get sort of heard, and with all these platforms, YouTube and Spotify. If it's not up to par, it's just out in the trash bin.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's the double-edged sword. These of those services,
Yeah. Did you hear what King Gizzard have done?
Yeah, they've pulled all their stuff.
They pulled all their shit from Spotify, man.
Oh, okay.
Was talking about that yesterday on the radio.
Yeah, well, Spotify's so corrupt with all of this AI weaponry and everything. I'm surprised more musicians aren't pulling their stuff. Like, I was pretty tempted to pull everything off. I mean, we don't really benefit that much from it anyway, but just out of principle, like,
And look, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
It's kind of it's a tough decision because, I mean, these days, if someone sees you at a gig, they want to try and keep on top of what you're doing. If there's not somewhere that they can follow you and listen to your music, are you going to remain in there? You know what I mean? Are you going to remain in the front of their mind? Are you going to be there? Yeah. Are they going to give a shit to even, think about you again if you're not on their playlists now? Which is rough, and I know everyone's obviously going to make their own decisions about that from a moral standpoint. I feel like it's very easy for these some of these larger artists to go, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm just going to pull all my stuff off streaming, and if people want, they can stream it or buy it from me directly and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, that's cool. Like, they've got
websites and
they've
people
got the
looking
websites,
after the websites.
they've already got the money to take that hit while they're doing that transition and trying to do something with it.
They've got their tours lined up for the next year.
Yeah,
and,
if
and
you're
all
a
that
smaller
shit.
band trying to reach as many people as possible, do you have the luxury of it? And I guess it's tough. And I think it's one of the reasons that, when we talk about it before, like, I think it's so difficult to unionize music, in that way and employ collective action, because there's always going to be people that will say, look, I just want to get my stuff out there, it doesn't matter about how many, like, they don't matter how much they're getting paid for it. They just want it out there, available to as many people. And that's their decision to make. I'm not saying that as a critique of those people necessarily. It's a hard call. It's a hard call.
It's easier for some to be able just to turn around and go, yeah, I'm going to do this, while the rest of us who aren't even getting like 1,000 plays on and stuff like that, we can't do it.
I mean, you can argue, well, if I'm only getting that many plays, what's the benefit of having it on there? But at the same time, if you're trying to grow your audience, they need to be able to access your music.
The second Spotify start making money off you, pull the shit.
And this is the thing, right? Like, I see some people talking about, oh, well, sell then stream, right? So they go, I'll put it on Bandcamp for for a year or 6 months before you put it on streaming. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool, but again, like, if I'm a small band, if I'm a up and coming band, if I'm trying to reach as many people as possible, if no one's going to buy the shit, or very few people are going to buy the shit, you put it on Bandcamp with a pay what you feel model or something like that, like, how many people are reasonably going to actually do that? For most bands, if they're not already big bands with a lot of reach.
And I think The Cure done that, and someone paid them $100,000 just for the album, like, just to buy a copy as a donation. Do you know what I mean? And like, it was like,
great for The Cure. Doesn't really
of course.
Yeah.
They reckon they made more money doing that off Bandcamp than they made off any of their other albums.
Yeah, I think that's where the trouble gets into it is, it's the same as if you're playing sport or things like that. The reason that we started playing music and writing music is because we fucking love playing music and writing music. Yep. Anything that you get out of that, on top of that, it's a hell of a bonus. If people it'd be nice when because as everyone knows how much work gets put into doing this sort of stuff and how much money we put in ourselves. It's nice to get recognition, but that's not what we're for.
We'd be doing it anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the big thing, and that's the purity with heavy metal, and especially Australian heavy metal. Regardless of whether Spotify was around or not, exactly the same thing would be happening. We'd be in the exact same state.
That's it. We're out there making it before Spotify and streaming was a thing.
Yeah.
We'd be out there making it if these platforms go away, which, I mean, looking at the shit that's getting implemented at the moment, like, not to get too political, but I'm sure you guys have seen the stuff with the UK's censorship laws coming in, and websites like Spotify require, like literal Spotify requiring people to provide an ID or a face scan or whatever if the algorithm thinks that they might be under 18, so that they can listen to music with explicit content in it. Like, that's fucking terrifying to me.
Man.
That's so fucking dystopian.
Dude, we're about this far from Demolition Man.
We're
about this far from Demolition Man, where will be getting fined randomly on the street for swearing.
And with what the under 16 social media ban, like, that's, I'm not under 16, so, but how will it affect me? Well, am I going to have to upload my ID to access websites and view stuff that should just be normally accessible, that's not even explicit content? Like, how are bands going to be able to reach, for bands, especially bands reaching a young audience is a way to build a secure future fan base.
Yeah.
How are bands going to be able to do that as readily with these kind of things in effect? It's so.
And how far off the step of turning around and going, well, heavy metal's a disagreeable music, we're
Bingo.
just going to ban that.
Yeah. It goes the other way as well, in that you know, if I hadn't heard bands like Slayer and you know, Napalm Death and stuff when I was 12 or 13 years old,
Yep.
if I had to wait until I was 18 to hear that, I'm already working. I'm not playing any music because, you know, drums and Beethoven don't mix, man. Like it's, you know, I'm not going to learn to be an extreme drummer by listening to Hanson or something, you know, like it's,
That's absolutely it. You know, it's going to, stuff like this is going to fundamentally change the future of not just music, but of art and entertainment. Like,
Absolutely.
you will absolutely see, I think you will see a certain amount of bands that will self-censor to
Yeah.
a point. They will, you know, maybe rethink using, you know, like swear words, or
Band
covering certain
names.
topics, certain band names. Like, you will see a self-censoring in the
Yeah.
entertainment business, and I think it will really, if it carries on for very long, you will really see a divide form between, because you will see some people that will rail against it, and some people will go, well, fuck it, if we're going to get done for having, you know, like a few fucks in our lyrics, we may as well go put way more of them in there, you know.
Yeah,
And
there's going to be 47
it's
fucks
going to
in the next
start,
rhyme.
it's going to kind of create a real divide if it goes on for too long, I think. And that's going to have, while that might inspire, I don't know, maybe in some people's minds it'll inspire more music, and you know, more aggressive music, and what do they say, like the best music comes out of the worst times or something. But like, I don't really, I'll be honest, I'd rather have a little bit of subpar music and have good times than have banging tracks to the soundtrack of the fucking of, you know, the end of the world, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, lucky we're probably all old enough to have a good fucking CD collection that they can't take away from my cold dead fucking hands.
Yeah, man. I'm always on CDs. We'll still do it. It's
Yeah.
funny when talking about all this technology too, because it actually, a lot of the themes that our songs are actually about are kind of a fear of how far unchecked technology advancement will actually go for our kids,
Yeah.
and what life will be like for them. A lot of our tracks are predictions of what it will be like.
Mm.
And one of the things which I was like, my favorite movie of all time is Terminator 2, and what we're
Yeah.
like living in that now. Like,
Yeah.
so much of
Yep.
it has been predicted.
There's actually a name
and
for that thing. I'll keep going. I'll talk about it after. I'll find out the name. So the Terminator 2
well, just
thing.
the impacts on like the impacts on kids' self-esteem, for one, with social media, I find like terrifying.
Mm.
And I sing about a lot of that in our themes, because our whole band is dedicated to our kids. That's why it's called Hence Confetti.
Okay.
It's a celebration of it.
Nice.
And we thought the name was quite funny and it's quite ironic.
I do like a good ironic band name.
But
Man, for the life of me, I can't remember. But there's something that they've actually talked about them doing, and this is like government conspiracy thing. Is that through mainstream media and television and movies and stuff like that, they will actually tell you what they're going to do and what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, but
Which
I mean,
is
there's,
why,
you
like,
know,
it's
sci-fi
like,
movies predict a billion different things, and we can say, oh, this movie predicted this thing happening,
Yeah.
when like sci-fi movies,
there's a
tons of
proper
shit they
name
predicted
for
that
it.
hasn't
Yeah,
happened. But
there's a proper name for it, but I'll figure it out one day.
But yeah, it's tough. And like, you know, I mean, a proliferation of like, yeah, you have like students using AI to do, you know, all their assignments, and passing exam, you know, passing things, you know, trying to do.
And now they have to make an AI to track if the thing's been written in AI. So the teachers are actually marking their shit with AI. So
and that's it. I've said it's getting to the point where you're basically going to have to film yourself or screen record yourself writing all your assignments, you know, working on all your assessments and assignments while you're in school, so that you can't be accused of using AI for it.
Yeah.
But it, you know, when you look over and you go into things like AI music and stuff as well, it gets really dangerous, because then you've got people using AI to create samples of artists singing stuff they've not sung, and
Yep.
then what is it gets down to the whole thing, because it's the idea of owning someone famous owning their image is a well established principle in entertainment, right? But what is their how does their voice fall under that?
I saw like some actors are like copywriting their face and crazy.
Yeah. But
Well,
look,
that's even a thing now where because a lot of these actors have signed those weird contracts where it's like they own you in propriety for forever and ever and all this stuff, that they're actually able to use dead celebrities' AI images in movies again. And you just think, where's the consent really to if they wanted to be in that particular movie?
Yeah, how can you consent to your image being used in that way when you signed those contracts? There was never any concept of that being a possibility of any kind. But look, let's maybe
get back to the music.
We don't need another podcast of four middle-aged white dudes talking conspiracy theories. Let's get back to
already talking to my ass boys. So
let's get back to the music there. So I'm curious as to the kind of rigs you guys are running for the guitars, because I really dig the guitar sounds you guys are working with. I'd be curious, like, what sort of rigs are you guys running for that?
We're using 5150s for most of our sound.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we don't use like quad cortexes or anything like that. We're using like the more analog way of doing things, just heaps of effects pedals. Yep. We do absolutely love the neural Gajira plugin though, and we blend that with stuff.
That one's a banger.
It's just fantastic. And we occasionally dabble with like the Fortin one as well, which is the sugar one. Which is great too. But yeah, it's always better when you've got more of the natural sound and it's straight from the preamp out, It's how we get a more effective sound and tone.
As a selfish punter, I completely agree. But if you were traveling in a band and you could get it lighter, I completely understand that too.
Should set arguments.
Yeah, totally.
And Rolls have whether he takes both his cabs or just one.
Oh my
I'm
God.
always pushing for one, and I'm always trying to get my drum kit smaller, and he's wanting to get the drum kit bigger.
Mate, I've got to say, I walked in there and I saw the PV heads there, and I'm just like, oh, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Like, because
having two big Van Halen sitting up there, it's going to be heavy.
Their fucking heads are heavy enough, and then just watching them, it's one of my favorite things is just seeing those the globes just glowing in the headstock.
The tubes,
you miss all that, the tubes, profilers and things like that. You don't have to. Some guy walks in with a lunchbox and plugs a computer into it. You're chugging away.
That's it. Technology.
Technology. Yeah. There is something to be said about having analog gear, but it's.
I mean, look, as a bass player who used to have a 2-box setup, so I used to have like a 4x10 and a 1x15, that I pile on top of each other, plus the amp head, plus everything else. I'm like, I'm so glad those days are behind me, and I can just plug my shit straight in now. Like, I know I know there's. We do run up against some issues with it sometimes, and that's why I do still keep, a small head as part of my setup that I can throw on top of a backline cab if needed for some stage sound or whatever, and it still sounds pretty crispy. But I do not miss lugging 2 fucking boxes around, everywhere. Like, and I feel kind of sorry for drummers.
Small price.
Yeah. I feel sorry that drummers are not quite able to make the same moves just yet as a lot of guitarists.
They need an Ant-Man setup where you can have it small and you push a button, it just gets big.
I will say, I saw a couple of years ago, I saw Fozzy on tour, and they were using a combination. So they had like shells, actual drum, the drums were drums, but all the cymbals was all digital cymbals.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, weird.
So didn't have to worry
That's
about
Jericho's band, isn't
yes,
it?
yeah, didn't have to worry about overheads, you know, and a lot of bleed from the overheads and stuff, and you can get a much more controlled sound out of them. And I guess that's the thinking anyway. But it's you know, obviously not for everybody, but I did think it was an interesting setup. And look, I mean, you know, they probably got triggers on the drums anyway, so
Yeah, a lot of time.
like I don't even know if it was the actual drums I was hearing or if they were just triggers. But I did think it was an interesting sort of midway setup, you know, because I mean, cymbals are horrendously expensive. I mean, all drum shit's horrendously expensive. Let's be honest.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's. I suppose if you're in a touring band like that and you can find any way to
cut down costs
to make it work for you, but yeah,
Well, absolutely. And I mean, man, some of the gigs that we've seen recently with using the quad cortexes and things like that. Like last time we saw Devin Townsend at the Metro, that was all those types of, you know, just plug into the PA type rig, and it sounded phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I mean,
as long as your house sound is good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And when you're working with, and when you get to that level and you've got your sound guy that's traveling with you and knows all of the settings and knows what you're doing, it does become a little bit smoother in that regard. And for someone like Devin Townsend who needs like 500 different sounds for his fucking orchestra that he's doing, you know, or a band like 12 Foot Ninja that's rocking a lot of different,
yeah, well, they got that
doing all
octave
kinds
thing.
of different things that they're doing, and they even got the shit built into their guitars, I think, and they run like an Ethernet cable rather than a music instrument cable from their shit. But I mean, it does look. It does allow you to fuck around with sounds and do some cool shit that you maybe can't necessarily do very readily with, you know, with physical amps and stuff. But I guess that just comes down to the kind of sound that you're working with, you know, like if it's a more, you know, a sound like what you guys do where you're not necessarily needing 1,000 different amp sounds across the sound, you know, across your set, and it's all about the energy through the songs and the riffs themselves and everything. Like it's not necessary. It's just, it's excessive in that regard, right? Like you don't need that kind of things. You've got a great sound. You don't need to go making a million changes to it. You're good. Like it's all the energy and the riffs themselves and the songs that you guys are putting together, which are like, they're so good.
The crazy times.
They really are. Like the one thing that I think is often overlooked, you know, because a lot of people just these days, they'll write a song and they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Intro, verse, chorus, solo, chorus, finish. And that's like every song.
We're allergic to that.
That's yeah. But I think the composition that's going on in that is what you guys are doing is really impressive to me, and I have to commend you guys on that because
thanks.
Thank you very much.
It's the kind of thing that you can tell there's been a lot of thought and care put into, and you know the kind of stuff that I'm sure has been played, you know, a million times and agonized over, and like, do we do this or do we change it, switch it up the other way, or just dialing it in to get it just right. And not a lot of bands take that care. So yeah, I highly fucking commend you guys on that. Like it's great work all around. From every element of it just seems so carefully crafted.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. That's great.
Which, hey, like this is the thing. Like I think that as metal musicians, we often get from other bands and the punters, we often get very broad commentary on our stuff. Like if people like it, they'll often be like, oh, that was sick, bro. Oh, that was so good. What did you like about it?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm trying. I'm trying more to, when I am paying compliments and talking to people about what I like about their music, I'm trying to put more specificity in there because I think you know, it's nice hearing that rules or that was sick, but like the
Having a
musician,
little
the
explanation as to
yeah,
why.
the musician
Yeah.
in me wants to know, you know, I mean, one, it's partly my autistic brain, like, okay, why did you like it though?
Hmm.
Are you just if you're just saying, oh, that was sick, like, are you just saying that? Or do you actually think that, and why? So yeah, I think it's important that not just as punters, but as musicians, when we're talking to other musicians and complimenting their stuff, be more specific about it. This has been a PSA from Reverend Raff of the Two
No,
Dudes
it's
Music
a
podcast.
good one.
Be when you're talking
Yeah,
when you're
right.
telling your musicians friends why you liked their music, be specific.
Yeah.
Be specific and watch their smile light up the room.
If you can just
No,
name one
you're
part
there, man.
that moved you,
Mm.
you know, you could just be like, this part right here, when you did this, killed it.
Yeah.
That'll send them soaring.
Yeah. I think that's I don't know.
And not just that, it's not like, you know, a lot of people out there are avid music listeners. Show us that you know your stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, like go up to them and talk to the musician and show them that you know your stuff, because you'll make a friend for life there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you will make their day. You will make the musician's friend's day if you are specific about what you liked, and you can point to examples of the stuff. So you did mention before we kind of started there, you guys have been working on your first full-length album.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you
nine
tell us about all
songs
that?
written. What was the question, sir?
So I was just gonna say, give us the deets on that. What can you tell us about the album that you've been working on?
It's definitely the best stuff we've ever done. It's in the last EP, I think we really found who we are and how we connect as a band. But this one really shows off what we all do. Since we've all really connected on recording the last one, now we know exactly what we want, and we know our style, and we know each other's character, and we play to each other's strength. It's not necessarily, influenced by anything. It's just us being us, which feels really wonderful. I think it's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, as Riles was saying, that last EP, we found our sound, and now we're like, right, how far can we push ourselves with this now?
Is that the
Where's the
Duress
ceiling?
EP? Is that the one?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last EP. But the new songs, we're just pushing ourselves so much harder on what we can achieve and what we can put into it, and
because it was a guitar tone that caught
Instead
me
of being like
straight away. It was a guitar tone that caught me straight away on the wrestling night. It was genty, but it was proggy, and it was just raw, and just your guts were rumble, like you just rumbled your whole body with some of the riffs, and just beautiful.
good. It's working.
We actually played two of the new ones just to test the waters at that gig. So you actually heard two of the ones that are going to come.
Yeah, mad.
We just secretly snuck it in there.
Mad. Well, that's the best marketing tool in the world.
Yeah.
Is going out there and testing your songs before you record them.
Yeah, and seeing how people react to it.
Yes.
It's just
So is there like sort of a core concept or theme that runs through this album?
Yeah, it kind of stays with the last one. It's been influenced by a couple of strange things. Like I had to renew my first aid certificate, and there was a song specifically about that because the guy who was the teacher of that course, he just said something that just stuck in my mind, and where he said most people would just stand there and do nothing. So do something. Something's better than nothing. And, that just really affected me, and I had to make a song about that.
Like it. It's amazing how one line can put you on a path just to a whole song.
Yeah, man. Like just observing just people's behavior in society, just at the moment, has had a huge impact. And like my stepson was watching a thing called Brain Rot the other day. I don't know if you guys have heard of that before.
I've heard about it. My little girl actually asked me about that the other day. It's on
Yeah.
TikTok.
I've heard the term
Yes.
as a broad description for like empty content, but
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like addictive content which melts their brains, man.
Just fast editing, just lots of cuts, fast editing, stuff like that. Yeah.
that's why we don't do lots of cuts and edits in our podcasts. No other reason. Not because
Yeah,
it's easier to just film it like this and not do a lot of those.
No,
That has nothing to do with it at all.
man, I'm sorry, but it was never anything I ever wanted to go, a path I wanted to go down, because people should be able to sit there and consume an hour's worth of content.
Like a solid thing. Yeah.
Yeah, in a solid space of time. And yeah, people's ability to conversate is going out the window. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
Probably remember too, like when we were young, like what did you want to be when you grew up? Like you wanted to be a musician or a creative person or an actor or some shit like that. Now every kid just wants to be an influencer. And
it's more they just want to be famous.
Yeah.
And look, everybody wants to be famous. It's just now everybody has the opportunity to be famous, where before you had to be either really good looking or something like this. I think I was scrolling through the other day and I saw some dude with a toilet seat on his head and it looked like he was covered in shit, and he was just standing there going, scrubbing the toilet. 1,000 people watching that shit and he was getting money.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that motherfucker's not working.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, people that basically just rage bait to get views and interactions and post like heinous stuff purely to get lots of clicks on their things. It's a problem. And look, I mean, as much as I don't think a blanket ban on social media for people under the age of 16 is the solution to the problem, I do agree that social media and the current state of that is a problem, and there needs, a solution needs to be found.
Like if an influencer is like lying and doing manipulative, dangerous content for people, like this next record has songs which is shooting directly in their direction.
Yeah.
Bad.
If you ever want help filming a video for that, I'm sure we could come up with a great concept for that, because that'd be fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think, man.
I'm really into, like I said, I mean, I know that the whole thing about bad times makes great music, but I'm a big fan of heavy metal having a conscience again. And not just having a conscience, but using the platform to talk about stuff, because a lot of it's, I mean, there's always been some bands that have done that and focused on these things, but bands like Mammal coming back around and releasing the Penny Drop last year was like, that was probably my favorite album that I heard that released last year, and just the passion and the intensity behind it. And it's the same reason that I've said recently I've gotten into a lot of metal that is fronted by women or people of like Black or Indigenous or people of color and things like that, because they're tackling issues that they're extremely passionate about, and that energy comes through in the music, and that's inspiring and gives me energy as well from their passion and them addressing issues there. So I think it's so important to put those passions and those issues into your music if you're making music, because that will resonate with people. It will, it will affect people, and that's how you can connect with a lot of people. And some bands are afraid of being too political or putting these kind of things in their music because, what if it alienates some of the audience? Mate, you're playing to 100 people at the pub every other weekend. You're not, unless you're out here talking like some, really heinous stuff, I don't think you're going to be alienating your audience. I think people will just care that you're passionate about something.
Yeah. I think that the purpose and growth is super important to what we stand for. Don't get me wrong, in our spare time we listen to music that makes us feel good and we have fun.
Absolutely.
That's what it's meant to do.
Yeah. And we still want our music to be fun as well.
Yeah.
But it's pretty, I don't know, the things which I want to address pretty serious.
Yeah,
But
100%.
and that's using your platform well. I mean, look, at the end of the day, not everything has to be this depressing, mundane stuff. But if you can put a focus on something and maybe put a little bit of a spin on it and make it an enjoyable song, but still point at the direction that you want to go, then you've done your job perfectly.
Nothing beats
I
a
think the-
message and a catchy hook. That's the
Yeah, Rage
What is
Against
it?
the
What's-
Machine. Rage Against the Machine is the
Absolutely.
best example of that. Like they've just all of their shit is very it makes you want to move and dance, but also like there's the strong message behind it as well.
Yeah. And
So-
it's kind of hits with such force. What's that thing your old teacher used to say, Raph? All you need is something in the truth.
Jonathan Devoy that we had on
Yeah.
the other week. Yeah, he said to me one time, he goes, all the song needs is 3 chords and the truth. And I'm like, that's something that really, really stuck with me as like, it's a simple statement, but it's also such a profound one as well. So I find that a really important way to approach music.
I can only imagine the 3 complicated chords you all had put in to make those 3 chords.
they're all just chuggers. Those is
Yeah.
chugs.
Yeah, do power chords count? Like I just
Hey, as long as they're powerful enough.
yeah. So you guys have got some shows coming up as well. So that looks like it's going to be pretty fun. So by the time this comes out, you will have recently played a show in August. But upcoming shows, you got 3rd of October at Elton Chong's with Cheap Coffins. And it just says, is the rest of the lineup announced for that one yet? Or is that still coming together?
No, not yet. We're not
No.
allowed to announce who's doing that yet.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Might be something kind of special there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
then we
maybe.
got a Halloween show, 1st of November at the Vic. Yeah, that's in Orange, yeah? That's what I'm...
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where we started. That was our first ever gig.
Oh,
Nice.
you're going to tear that place
So
apart, aren't you?
at least it'll be a bit warmer out there by November. My sister lives out in Orange, and she's telling me it's getting down to like -10 overnight at the moment. I'm just like,
I was at Blaney today, and it was putrid.
oof.
You fucking what? Minus what?
Yeah, apparently
No,
-10 overnight.
There's a fucking -10? I
Yes.
thought we got to 0 and it stopped.
Yeah.
Everything just froze.
Yeah, I've been seeing lots of photos of snowy hills and all that shit out there at the moment. So it's gonna be look, I kind of hope it's warmed up a little bit by the time I get out there. This cold snap's maybe faded a little bit, but yeah, so that'll be a Halloween show. It's on the 1st of November with Maruthan. Love those guys. Shout out to
Dude,
Maruthan.
are you guys going to dress up? You got to match Maruthan's energy.
I
Yeah.
don't think we can. They're too good at it.
They nailed it.
Halloween show with Maruthan. That's hectic.
I mean, who else is going to wear a fucking rib cage on their head like a crown? Like you can't. That's uncontestable. Big dick energy right there. I love it. Shout out to Maruthan, like amazing. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Maruthan, yeah, go and catch him at a show. Like you'll
Yep.
fucking love it. We also got on that one Terra Morta. Now is it Nowgrim? Is that how I'm meant to say that one?
Norgrim.
Norgrim. Okay, and some more, and then 7th of December, I believe. So it says Bird's Robe birthday.
Yeah, so we're on the Birds Road Records.
Yeah. Yes, Bird Road. Okay, yep. Now I'm with you. And that's at Manning Bar. Love the Manning Bar. Oh man.
It's a really, really ambitious thing that Mike's putting on for that. Mike's the runner of Birds Road.
Mhm.
So it's Cog and Sleep Makes Waves, and we're like supporting Caspian from the States.
Cog aren't playing the Manning Bar, but unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
gutted.
I know.
we've
Hometown gig boys, but
Oh,
Yeah, man. Like,
there's still some awesome bands.
there's a couple of venues that I really, really miss since I've moved away from Sydney, and Manning Bar's one of them. Like I gotta
It's
say,
the
I've
best stage I've ever played, eh?
been to a ton of shows there.
arsehole to get to, but
It's a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
come on, it's pretty
worth,
fucking good.
but worth.
Oh, absolutely worthwhile. Like it's just got a good vibe in there. Like the sort of the descending, so it kind of
The
steps
snake pit.
down. It steps down into the pit is really handy because it helps people, short asses like me still be able to see what's going on. The sound system that's almost too big for the room, yet it's just almost always perfectly managed. Yeah, love that spot. And the other one, which I'm looking forward to as well, which I will be getting to while I'm down. Well, I will have gotten to by the time I'm there. Is obviously Crowbar, Sydney. Yeah, haven't been there in
Yeah.
since I played there actually last time, which was about 5 and a bit years ago. So yeah, but yeah, so there's a few cool shows coming up for you guys, and that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to fill in some more of those gaps between now and the end of the year with some more shows.
Yeah, we're hoping to get up to you.
Oh,
Get up
fuck
to
yeah.
Brisbane.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's
Try and
mad.
get out to there. So, hey, if you're putting on shows anywhere around, East Coast there, and you want a band to add onto the lineup, get in touch with Hence
Hence
Confetti. Get in touch with Hence
cool.
Confetti. You never
Yeah.
know. It might be, and especially if you're around Brisbane, put these guys on. I want to fucking see them. Or maybe I should do it. Maybe I should find a venue and put you guys on.
Yeah.
Done.
Maybe when I win the lotto, I'll start running gigs or something.
Oh, mate, that'd be the first thing I'd do. Wouldn't buy a car, wouldn't buy nothing on that. I'd be straight on the blow. I'd be like, okay, how much does it cost to get corn out here? What's the guarantee that I have to pay? How much does it cost to get Limp Bizkit out here? What's the guarantee I have to pay? It's like, what did you spend 24 million on? Shows?
Yeah, it's the old. If I win the lotto, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there'd be signs. But instead of buying a fancy car or a big house, it'd be like hiring Korn to come and play a fucking 200 cap venue
With no one in
with
it.
all my mates' bands supporting him, like
That'd be unreal.
some shit like that. I'd do insane shit. What was it we talked about? Oh, that's right. We were saying we have a series on the channel called Rockin' Around the World where we look at random bands from random metal bands from random countries. And I think we got Guam one time, and there was like 7 metal bands in the whole country. So I was like, cool. If I win the lotto, I'm hitting up all these metal bands in Guam, and I'm being like, right, we're gonna do a super show, and you're all gonna play it, and I'm gonna come, and I'm gonna make it free entry for everybody, all the metalheads that want to fucking come to this show, and we're just gonna have a blast. And that's what I do. I just fly around putting on fucking random metal shows in all these countries in the world, and I'd burn through the cash in no time fast, and I'd be like, worth it.
It's phenomenal. Excellent.
But all right, so
Yeah.
busy. It looks like it's going to be a busy back half of the year for you guys. So you've finished writing the album. Is it not is it recorded yet, or is that still yet to come?
Oh, it's
Underway?
pretty much recorded.
It's pretty much recorded.
Yeah, there's a few little loose ends to tie up, and a couple more drum tracks, and some more bass tracks, and some more vocals, and then, geez, done.
So
All the structures are finished.
maybe a little stocking filler for Christmas for everyone out there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
CD, yeah, new album.
For this one, we haven't put any dates in, and we're not rushing ourselves.
Okay.
We want to make it absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
The other one, we've kind of had a date which is in mind, and we've raced to the finish line. We didn't want to do that with this one.
Mate, fair.
We've got a set out now, basically. We've got a set to play as a headliner if we're grateful enough to be headlining, or if we're playing a 20-minute or something. We've got enough songs that we can cycle around so that it's not mundane every time you see us. But yeah, we'll be pushing to get it out as soon as we can still.
Yeah, good.
Just
good. And to anyone that got this far, to have a look at what these guys have done on Spotify. Don't write a set. Write more than a set. Get your shit together so that way when you do go out and play shows, you can change your sets.
Cycle the material, have it out there. But
And then you don't have to rush an album like these guys are.
Yeah.
just remember, just remember, perfect is the enemy of done.
Absolutely.
You know, like that's a philosophy that I've had to learn the hard way, in mixing some of my own stuff. It's been like, right, I can make a million changes and it'll sound different, but not necessarily better or worse. At some point I have to call it.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful enough to have a good network of people that I can, if I'm not sure, I can send stuff out to while I have a couple of days resting my ears on it, get some feedback from people, get some thoughts and opinions, and then go back in and make some changes and listen to it with fresh ears,
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's I love that. I'm so keen. I'm excited for this fucking album now. Like, after hearing what you guys have done already and hearing how you guys are talking about this new stuff, like, I'm fucking pumped for that. I'm super excited to hear what you guys are able to do. I think it's going to be a pretty fucking impactful album from the sound of it. So yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, keep doing it for all the fucking dads out there, boys. Keep
Yeah.
up the solid fucking work.
But it's great to have some really excellent friends backing us. Like the Birds Robe, of course, are helping us, but Bubsy from Grindhead, he's been putting out my music since 2011, and they're both joining forces to release our album, and we're super excited about it.
Mad.
Hell yeah.
I love Grindhead. I love all the people that work for them. They're great. They're
Oh,
great.
it's
Such a
great bunch of
wonderful
people.
community. Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, man. They're all hard workers too. They know their stuff.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, look, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you joining us on, this chilly Sunday night.
Yeah, I can't imagine how cold it is where you guys are.
Especially sat out in your garage, mate. Like, what are you doing?
Got me Timu Iron Man suit on.
It's a heated one, is it?
Yeah.
This guy's got like 3,000 IQ.
That's it. That's the smart play.
No, I just like work in the cold every day, man.
We sometimes have to wear like 3 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of socks in that GM room there.
Oh, bro. That's it. For anyone watching from overseas, or listening from overseas, like genuinely, it does get fucking ridiculously cold. In winter,
Australia.
they couldn't figure out if they wanted to build houses for winter or summer, so they built them for neither.
Yeah.
And like there will be times during winter when it is legitimately colder inside the house than outside.
Yeah.
So just if you come to Australia in winter thinking, I'll go in winter so it'll still be warm but not that warm, just
Maybe if you're up in Northern Territory or something.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, we'll let you guys get to it. Thank you so much. Very, very much appreciated. We will have links to all of the socials down in the description. So if you want to go and follow Hence Confetti on everything, you should absolutely go and do that. Go and check them out at the shows if they're going to be anywhere near you. Give the songs a spin on Spotify or YouTube Music or Apple Music or whatever your platform of choice is. Play them a bunch of times and then go to the shows and buy merch, buy CDs, buy as much as you can, because that fucking goes a long way to support the bands that you like. And yeah, other than that, again, massive thank you to Adam and Rolls. Really appreciate you guys
Thank
coming
you,
on.
gents.
Love your work.
Thank
Love
you.
what you're doing.
Thanks for having us.
Keen to
Thanks
see
for having us, guys.
Yeah, really keen to see where this
anytime,
album
man.
goes. And yeah, just remember for everybody listening and watching, I am the Reverend Raff, along with the beer buddy Kyle. We are, of course, the two dudes who talk music. Thank you very much for watching and or listening. Take care of yourself and your mates, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.